Yep. That's not Angus. He's getting sold. So sad. He served us well here in TMP. Great motorcycle. Loved it. But going deep in like I do out here in the desert, having bent 2 rims, $450 a pop. Things had to change. Say hello to KTM 1190 in TMP. It has a center stand too, which will make this shooting test go a little bit better. Maybe a lot better. By the way, this might be a good trivia video for you TMPers who subscribe to my Twitter feed. Once in a while, I'll ask you guys a question. If you get the answer right, you show TMP as a featured channel on your YouTube page, you win some cool stuff. In what video did I introduce the 1190? That's the question. One day I'll ask you guys. Whoever gets it first wins. It's this one. And no, this is not a motorcycle video. This is today just a tool of the desert. Get me deep where I need to go to do some shooting. Yep. Subject is not the 1190. Excellent bike. I'll talk more about it later, maybe. It's this. Highly beloved in TMP. Say hello again to the IWI Tavor. What a wicked bullpup this is. I'm a fan. I think a lot of people are. I think you may be as well if you're watching this video. It's not perfect. It has some quirks. Most guns do. I talked about them in my tabletop review about 2 years ago. But it ranks still pretty highly on my likability scale. I've probably sold more than a few for IWI. Today what we're going to test though is trigger options. Just one really. Specifically the Timney trigger for your Tavor. And the question is it worth $3.25? $325. It, by the way, is already installed, and that's not the trigger. It's actually the trigger pack back here. Okay, and we're gonna pop some rounds with it, static, off the bike. I might do a little bit of run and gun action too with a Tavor, and I'll tell you, I'll give you straight up my opinion on whether, you know, your $325 is being well spent with a Timney option. Maybe you want the Geisley, what they call it, the Super Sabra or something like that, for $350. You know, a lot of times I approach these tests with some bias, and I'm just going to level with you guys, as I always do. I think that's a lot of money. No matter really how sweet the trigger is, or how much it sucks, it's a lot of money. I'm inclined, before I shoot round one, I have not shot this yet, you'll see it on the camera for the first time, I'm inclined to side with the notion it's better just to adapt to the stiff stock Tavor trigger. That's what I'm thinking right now. Now, if I shoot this and I totally love it, I'll say as much, but I'll probably stick with that value equation. I just wish it was less. So I'm shooting uncorked. That is a Griffin M4 SD comp, I think. We still have a bunch of those laying around. I just run it. There's worse and there's better. And then the ammo I'm shooting will be the 55 grain TAC ammo. They're sponsoring this shoot. Website at the top. Tell them TMP sent you. It's accurate stuff. I like it. Thanks for the support. First, before we pop round one, let's take a trigger pull. And we'll cover the basics of this. I haven't shot the Tavor for a long time, so I might be lost with this battery of arms, man. It's been a while, probably a good year and a half since I've shot this gun. I'm gonna leave the camera right there. I'm gonna be shooting just to the right of it, so you might get some sonic crack, whatever, but I think it'll be okay. Specifics. I even printed this out for y'all. How special is that? 6061 T6 CNC machined aluminum housing. It's easy to install. Just pop out the stock trigger pack, put in the Timney trigger pack, you're off to the races. EDM cut, heat treated, Teflon nickel coated hammer to guarantee lifetime reliable service. I have no doubt about that. Factory tested and preset at 4 pounds is what it's saying. Maybe I should move the camera closer for you guys. What do you think? Let's do that. TMPers just love this infield stuff I do. I don't know why. They eat it up, man. They're like, do more infield stuff. I'm doing it right now. Okay, and then the Geisley Super Sabra, whatever the hell it's called. It's kind of a dumb name, sorry. That's what? Super what? Sounds like an F-100 Super Sabre. That'd been a cooler name, actually. My dad flew that plane, incidentally. It's $350, and it's a 2-stage pull. I printed that out as well. I'm talking the Geisley here, which I don't have today. I'm not testing it, but we'll kind of review both as options right now. And there may be some others I missed. They say first stage pulls at 5.5 to 7 pounds on the Geisley. Second is 2 pounds. It's stock number 05267. $350 for the Geisley. Honestly, I've heard nothing but good about that Geisley. The Timney had some issues with Gen 1 when it came out. Reliability issues. They went back, if my information is correct, redesigned it. This is Gen 2 I'm shooting right now. My target's about 100 yards, and we'll just see if I can connect. Wish me luck. TAC ammo 55 grain. Oh yeah. Good job. Good job. I overloaded it. That happens. Overloaded the magazine. I do that every time. Okay. Compact, tough, durable. Great gun, the Tavor. Now, I'm not zeroed for this particular ammo, so I might have some misses. That is a nice trigger, I like it. Yeah, it's shooting really high, so I have to aim low on this plate. Again, I didn't zero it for this ammo yet. You can probably hear that, right? Dudes, that is a nice trigger. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a really nice trigger. Let's bring it closer. Hey, nutnfancy, what glasses you wearing? I don't even know. Doodle got them. I don't even know. Don't even know the name. Oh, that's a cool shot. I like that shot. See if the barrel's in it. This KTM with a center stand is so much nicer. Let's go. I'm jigging it. I'm really liking it. But to properly test it, now we got to throw in the stock trigger pack, and I'll pop with that, and we'll draw some conclusions on that. What do you say? It's a sweet trigger, though. Oh, I was going to pull this for you. I forgot. I forgot. Where did that trigger scale go? It blew off with the wind. Safety check. Timney Tavor trigger. Infield test. That barrel's a little bit warm, dudes. .415. I don't know if that was right. I didn't know if the bolt was all the way closed. Hang on. .5 on that pull. Let's do it again. Shooting it, man. I gotta tell you, it's pretty sweet. 5.10 on that pull, we'll call it good. Then in comes the stock trigger pack. Right here, right now. See if I can remember how to do this. Little Endura action. Pull that pin just to pop it up. Tavor is so simple to work on. So easy. Out comes the bolt carrier group right there. Every time I do a project, I got to remember how the takedown works. There's the Timney unit. Again, pretty awesome. I'm impressed with how it shoots. Not impressed with the price though. Here comes the stock unit in. So this has a polymer housing on it. Not too impressive. You know that. You have a Tavor and you've shot it. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Just 2 push pins to retain it. Then you've installed the trigger. It's that easy. In comes the bolt carrier group again. Man, it's so simple. Man, I love the Tavor. It's so excellent and simple. But I'll probably still screw it up. And I did. Put the bolt carrier group upside down. There it is. Push pin. Function check. Here comes a stock one. Draw in some conclusions. You know what? I don't know if I'll do run and gun. I think I'll just do static. You see I'm trying to load it up front like an AR. Not used to the battery of arms. Again. Stock trigger Tavor. Worth $325? The Timney? A lot of times when I talk about a trigger in a carbine, whatever, AR-15, AK, bullpup, there's 2 things I focus on when I'm talking about a really nice trigger. For me personally, why I like it. One is long range accuracy. I love that. And then another one is rate of fire. That I can shoot faster with it. Accurately. So that's usually why I put in a trigger. This, by the way, is a rail that Doodle found on eBay. I don't even know who makes it. And then I have a Tapco VG on it, which makes it really nice to shoot, actually. The stock trigger is not horrible. That's my takeaway. It's not horrible. And my answer to the question, is the Timney trigger or the Geisley worth $350? I'm going to tell you no. That's my takeaway. We bought one to test it, and I love it. I think it's a great trigger. But I don't think you're too handicapped by the stock trigger, to be honest with you. Here I am shooting it right now. I'm not any less accurate with it. My misses are because this isn't zeroed in. I'm aiming low left plate. This is all stock trigger. Once I know my point of aim, you can hear those hits, right? Let me change the camera around. Maybe you can see it better. See where we're at too. It's kind of fun. Oh yeah. So I don't think you're handicapped that much by the stock trigger. Just learn to shoot it. Yeah. Dry fire, practice with it. It'll be fine. I don't know how many rounds I have left in this mag. All right, so conclusions. Just off that, it's gonna be a short video, which some guys dig. The Timney is excellent. I'm sure the Geisley's just like it. They're great triggers. If you have the money, you really love your Tavor, and you want to make it more pleasant to shoot, funner to shoot, spring, go and spend a 3 bones plus to put a trigger in it. I probably wouldn't myself though, because I could allocate that money to improve the other systems where that money would be more useful. That's kind of where I stand. If you're going to do a precision Tavor, then maybe you would think about putting a precision trigger in it. It would make more sense. But for your standard tack carbine or bullpup Tavor, 0 to 300 meters, I wouldn't spend the money. I wouldn't. The stock trigger's decent. It's crisp, it's just really stiff. The Tavor, as you saw, pulls, 5-ish around there. Great trigger, great rate of fire. It's super enjoyable. The only thing I can say, likability on the trigger itself is 10, but I have to roll in value, so that's gonna bring it down. That's my take. So you might want to use that money for something else. See ya. Okay, maybe a little bit more shooting. Can't help myself. Timney trigger pack back in. ActionTarget.com steel. Hey, sweet 1190 Nutton, where do you get all your money? Well, who says the bike's mine? You ever thought about that? Who says I own it? Even if I did, probably wouldn't be paid off. Let's see where I'm at here. Yep, right there. Come on now. That's it. That's a sweet trigger. I don't know if it gives me any higher rate of fire, slightly, than the stock Tavor trigger. A little bit. That's me. You may be different. Can't remember where the mag catch is. I think it's funny, Beretta ARX was so late coming out. Now they're playing catch up with the Tavor. Even the Starog has a new version coming out. Trying to get a slice of the bullpup pie now that they've been made popular by this gun. This gun gets pretty much everything right. It could be lighter. I said that a lot. I wish it was 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Still pretty awesome. I like this EOTech, by the way. It's just, for this range where I'm at, that's perfect. Perfect. I ranged the top of that hill over there, way out there. For my eyes, not perfect. That's all she wrote. Signing off. Desert Tavor TMP.